So I just got done doing some 5-day trainings all about doing number talks to help kids develop strategies around addition facts and also multiplication facts. And I got a question kind of repeatedly that I thought I'd talk to you guys about today. The question was, what order should we teach the math facts in? I'm Christina Tonnevold, the recovering traditionalist. That's what we're going to talk about today, is what order should we teach those math facts in? Now, if you know me, you've seen any of my trainings, you know my number one thing is we don't actually teach them, right? If we try to teach them to kids, it doesn't resonate and they end up either having to just memorize or they're counting on their fingers. The whole idea is to develop some strategies and relationships that help kids get into what's known as the derived fact stage and then into the fact stage. So, as research, if you could go and Google any kind of research about the addition math facts or multiplication math facts, you will see lots of different ideas about the order that we should present them to children, the way that we should help them develop their understanding. There does not seem to be a consistent way. I know when I was in school, it was like just your plus ones, your plus twos, your plus threes, and same thing for multiplication. Times 1, times 2, times 3, and times 0 would come after we had a little bit of understanding, right? But there wasn't any like rhyme or reason. It was just like the order of the numbers. Now, there are some programs out there that seem to have a rhyme and reason. There are other programs that I've seen that have no rhyme or reason, and I don't even know how they're putting certain facts together. Personally, I really, really love Sue O'Connell and John Giovanni's books, which I think are over here, somewhere back behind me. But they're called Mastering the Basic Math Facts. Those two books, there's one for addition and subtraction and one for multiplication and division, lay out a nice framework for us to start off with. And it's kind of what I'm going to talk about with you today. Mine is a little bit different from theirs, and you can tweak it a little bit, but I really do love those books. So if you've never seen those books and you're working on helping kids develop their fluency with addition and subtraction or multiplication and division, I highly recommend them. So let's get started on what order should we teach them. Here are my thoughts. You may disagree with me. If so, put it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree, let me know. So my belief is that we should first off, no matter what, start with what I call the easy facts. And these are the facts that just seem easier for kids. They gravitate towards them. They resonate more with them for whatever reason. And there are specific reasons why, but these ones kids gravitate towards. So for addition, here's the chart of the addition facts. And I'm speaking just for addition and multiplication. And then it's really about then as you're focusing on these types of facts that you're also talking about the relationship of those facts with subtraction facts. So the addition fact chart is right there. And as you can see, it's color coded. So the colors really go like this. The dark shaded ones of whatever color are the ones that kids gravitate towards. So the dark orange are the doubles, like 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, and so on. The dark green are the ones that make 10. Kids will gravitate towards those. The blue ones, the dark blue, are the basically kind of the teen numbers, right, as we kind of group them all into that terminology, but it's really when you have 10 and then you add some more to it. 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2, 10 plus 3. That's a type of fact that kids gravitate towards and that they should be learning before others. The purple ones are the ones that are plus 0. And those 4, the doubles, the make 10, the 10 plus something, and the plus 0, for me, are the first things that I want to help build for students. Now, whether you want to start with the ones that make 10 and I start with doubles, it doesn't matter to me. And I don't think, as far as I have seen, it doesn't matter to kids. What I've seen that matters to kids is from their own experiences. What have they had around experiences with number that they hook to, right? I have seen pre-K kids know what 7 plus 7 is because they're football fans, right? I've seen kids who know their Make 10 facts because they see it right here with their fingers. So it just depends upon the experiences they've had as to which ones they will gravitate towards. So for me, there's not a particular order of those 4. My recommendation would be not to start with +0 because adding nothing is a little weird for students, and you first want to help them understand what it's like to add something before you start adding nothing. When it comes to multiplication, the 4 types of facts, and again, these do not need to be in any particular order, right? But the purple ones are the properties. Anything times 0 is 0. Anything times 1 is itself, right? Those 2 ideas are really, really huge. The blue, or the green ones, are the times 2. That anything multiplied by 2 is basically you're doubling that number and making the connection to their addition facts. That's usually the place I like to start, is multiplying times 2 because it's got a nice connection to their addition doubles. I then like to go to the times 10, which is the red. Some people go to times 5, but I've found that kids are really good at multiplying 5 only because they can count by 5s pretty quick. They don't really have an understanding of times 5. So I like to do multiplying by 10 first, and then showing how multiplying by 10 relates to multiplying by 5s, because there's some really cool connections you can help kids see with that. And then again, those are those 4 for multiplication. Your times 1s and times 0s, which are your properties. Your green ones are times 2. The reds are times 10, and then the blue are multiplying by 5. And again, pick whatever order works for you, but those are the ones that kids gravitate towards, and I like to call kind of the power facts. They're the ones that if they learn those, they can derive all the other facts. That's why all the other colors are just shades of those colors. So if we go back to the addition one, the next piece is really, once they've learned these 4 types, it's all about connections and helping kids see relationships between the ones they know and the ones they don't know. So the shading from the chart here on out is the lighter colored ones connect to a darker colored one. So if kids know 3 plus 3, it's all about helping them see relationships to 3 plus 4. Right? We want them to see how those connect together. It makes learning and being able to recall their facts a whole lot easier. So that's what the rest of that chart on both of these are, is the lighter shaded ones connect to the darker shaded ones. So on the multiplication chart, the dark green helps us with the light green. If I know my times 2s, multiplying by 2, that can help me with timesing by 4. Because all I have to do is just double it. So it's all about getting those 4 types solid with kids. And then the last piece is really helping them make connections. So again, to me, it doesn't matter if you want to work on multiplying by 9 before you work on multiplying by 4. It doesn't matter. It's all about the connections. I want kids to see how multiplying by 9 connects to multiplying by 10. It's not about adding up a bunch of 9s. It's really about seeing how when I have 10 groups of 7, how that's related to 9 groups of 7. It's just one group of 7 less. I don't have to count by 9s to figure that out, or count by 7s, however they want to do it, right? It's helping kids develop relationships between the types of facts. And that holds true whether you're helping kids with addition facts or multiplication facts. And then again, once you've started that development, then you relate addition stuff to subtraction and multiplication to division. Now, my full free training that we did around developing fact fluency for addition and the one for multiplication is not free anymore. It has gone into my Build Math Minds professional development community. for members to be able to have access to it anytime. So below this video and at the bottom of this post is a link that if you're interested in joining the professional development community, you'd have access to all of those free trainings, plus a whole lot more that I do every month in there to help you build your math minds so we can build the math minds of the students. So if you want to join Build Math Minds, it's only open a few times a year. And if you click the link and it takes you to something that says it's a wait list now, you can join the wait list. And when we open it back up for a new cadre of teachers to come in, we'll let you know. So thanks again for joining me. And I hope that this has given you some insight into how to help your students with developing their fact fluency. Because remember, the order doesn't matter. That's really the big thing I hope you take away from this. The order doesn't matter. It's about connections. What kinds of connections can we make for the students? And it doesn't matter what order you do that in, as long as we're building connections. Have a great day.